Hello everyone and welcome back to Moonmothgoddess Tarot. Thank you guys all so much for being here. Your continued love and support here on the channel. So today's pick a card reading, we are going to be looking at the connection between you and your person of interest. And this is more or less going to be for those of you where you kind of feel, it may even be no contact. Okay, no contact, perhaps even those of you that may have gone through a breakup with a person. And we're going to be asking Spirit, what did they leave unsaid? Okay, so perhaps something that they wanted to say to you but didn't say it. So what did they leave unsaid between the two of you is what we're going to be focusing on today. So we do have 3 crystals out here for you guys to choose from. For group number 1, we do have this Lapis Lazuli. For group 2, we have an Opalite. And then for group 3, we have this Autumn Obsidian. Okay, I will give you guys a closer look, but we are going to be choosing one of these cards to help you with selecting your group. If you already feel drawn to a specific crystal, then you're more than welcome to go ahead and skip to the timestamps. So let's see. What did they leave unsaid between the two of you? Group 1 with the Lapis Lazuli. What did they leave unsaid between the two of you? We have discernment. Group 2, wanting. Group 3, what did they leave unsaid? Confusion. Okay. All right. So group 1, we have discernment, and that is with the Lapis Lazuli. Group 2, we have the Opalite and wanting. Group 3, we have confusion, and that is with this little Autumn colored Obsidian. Okay, so those are the choices for today. Again, group number 1 with discernment and Lapis Lazuli. Group 2 with wanting and Opalite. And group 3 with confusion and the autumn colored Obsidian. Timestamps will be down below for you guys, and I will see you at your reading. Hi group 1, so those of you that resonated with the discernment card and the Lapis Lazuli, this is going to be your reading today. So we're asking Spirit today, what did your person leave unsaid between the two of you? And we do have discernment here. So I don't know what it is yet, but when we're using discernment is when we're kind of really trying to trust in our own intuition about whether or not it is best to say what we want to say or what we should say. And it may even be kind of making the choice to kind of hold back because of whatever reason, right? We're being discerning with the information that we put out. We're thinking twice. We're not just kind of, putting it out there. So we're going to see how this is coming through here, but we have discernment. So maybe this, we'll see. So group 1, what did they leave unsaid between the two of you? What did they leave unsaid between the two of you? Justice in reverse. And the 10 of Wands. Okay, let's pull the rest of these cards. Uh-oh, 10 of Swords and the Sun. Okay. 4 of Swords. Oh. Okay. This is probably going to be something that's quite intense here. And now I see why we have discernment here, because the truth could be something that could, or maybe would have, created a lot of pain, a lot of upheaval and chaos, okay? The Justice card in reverse can talk about something that is unfair, unjust. It could even be a lie. So the Justice card is about dishonesty in reverse. Someone's not being honest, and maybe the truth, they didn't have the strength to tell the truth here. For some of you, there could have been some type of betrayal here. Now, that doesn't necessarily have to be that there was cheating going on, but there could be some kind of betrayal here, doing something, or I don't know, I don't know what this is yet, but it kind of looks like this person didn't have the strength or the courage to be able to tell the truth, so they may have lied using their own discernment, because they felt like if they would have said the truth, that it would have caused chaos. And the Sun card is about joy and happiness. So they could have, you know, not want to hurt you. Ace of Wands in reverse and the 2 of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, I'm seeing the King of Cups and the 7 of Cups. I feel like this person was feeling maybe very emotionally overwhelmed or confused about their feelings. The Ace of Wands in reverse can talk about a loss of desire, a loss of interest, a loss of attraction. The 2 of Pentacles could even be like having another options, or making a choice between 2 different things, or kind of feeling back and forth, hot and cold, maybe being indecisive. So it kind of feels like, you know, the reason this person left it unsaid is because they didn't want to hurt you, is what this feels like. So I want to look at this Justice card in reverse. Which, yeah, okay. We're starting off with this intense energy here. Okay, so we've got Leo energy here, Libra, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and Aries. Why is the Justice card in reverse? The Hierophant. Oh, boy. This feels like an end to a marriage, a commitment. Wow, there's the Tower. This feels like divorce energy. If you were in a relationship with this person and they just kind of abruptly broke up with you or ended things with you and they didn't really tell you why, or you've been having trouble with your partner or somebody that you've been involved with, it kind of feels like there's I mean, to me it really feels like a divorce, a breakup of a relationship. Now, if you were dating somebody or are currently dating or seeing somebody who just got out of something, like they went through a really bad breakup prior to being with you, or they went through a divorce, then I feel like what this person's truth is here is that they could be kind of not sure if they want to be in a relationship again. They're confused about their feelings. They probably didn't want to hurt you. Again, I'm getting that energy here of not wanting to hurt you. Right? So we're being discerning with what we say and how we say it for the sake of not hurting someone here. But for those of you where you're, ending a marriage or ending a long-term relationship, I feel like the truth that this person was holding back is maybe things become very overwhelming. Maybe they've reached, because the 10 of Wands is when we feel completely drained, tired, exhausted. We feel done, just energetically, like we're just done. And so this person, there could have also been a loss of attraction here, a loss of desire, and not sure whether or not they actually wanted to stay in this commitment or this marriage. What is this Ace of Swords here? Three of Pentacles. Judgment in reverse. Some of you, if you notice that this person kind of pulled their energy away from you, like they withdrew their energy from you, this kind of feels like the truth here for ignoring you or not interacting with you maybe as much is because they were, and this doesn't necessarily have to be another romantic person, but this feels like there's a third party energy here that they were working with. It could be coworkers, it could be friends, it could be somebody else here that they were giving their... It kind of feels like they were telling some kind of truth about your connection to other people and not to you. Like, let's just say, for example, somebody's in a long-term relationship or a marriage and you're with that person and they're feeling that they want to end the relationship. And then they don't tell you the truth. They don't tell you that straight out, but then they tell their coworkers that. You know, they tell their coworkers, I'm done, I'm going to get a divorce, I'm going to end things. And this is the whole reason that they're ignoring you. They could even be getting like other people who are feeding your person like their opinions and what they should do, kind of giving them, like, getting into their ear. So I don't like this energy. I mean, it's somebody's situation here in the collective that needs to see this. It feels very specific. What is this tower here? Yeah, the Four of Cups is a loss of interest. This is wanting to just go out and pursue other opportunities. For some of you, this person could have only been interested in, like, if you never had a commitment with this person, never had any of that, I don't like delivering this kind of news, but it kind of feels like this person may not have been clear with you about their intentions. They may have been more about the physical and not so much about wanting an actual committed relationship with you. There is a loss of interest here with the Four of Cups. It's also about rejection, a feeling of indifference, boredom. The Knight of Wands is wanting to play, wanting to just, you know, the motivating energy with the Knight of Wands is the wand. The wand is about passion. It's about sensuality in this, you know, the way that I'm looking at this here, it's the wand energy. So this person could have had the intention of just having something physical, and then, you know, once losing interest, just deciding to just end it. You know, there's a loss of desire here, a loss of passion, a loss of attraction. So those of you that are, you know, in a long-term relationship or in a marriage, and you know that it's already kind of in a trouble spot, and this person didn't tell you, like, why do you want to end the marriage? Why do you want to end the relationship? Why did you break up with me? It's because this person lost interest. They had the desire. There was a loss of attraction here. They had a desire to, and their coworkers or friends, somebody here is an influence. This Judgment card in reverse, I almost feel like some of you are dealing with a person who tells the truth to other people, but they don't tell it to you. They could be, and I don't think this is all of you, but some of you could have a person who is a deceptive, who criticizes you, who judges you, who says not so nice things about you behind your back. Because the Ten of Swords, both of these here are about betrayal. So this could be like a person who you notice a change in them, and they're telling their coworkers, yeah, I'm going to leave, I'm not going to be with them anymore, or something like that, where they're getting information and they're telling their coworkers or their friends about you, or somebody here, a third party, and it's kind of like giving your person some type of like clarity or realization about something and making them act the way that they've been acting, and instead choosing to, I mean, because the Tower energy is chaos, it's upheaval, it's disaster, instability, an abrupt ending, release. So if you notice kind of like, okay, this person just suddenly out of nowhere just broke up with me or just stopped talking to me, this is why. There's a loss of desire, and again, maybe they don't want to say the truth here because that's painful. Although personally, I think it would be better just say it. If you're not attracted, if you don't love me anymore, if you're not interested, say the truth. But I feel like this person was really worried. Maybe they didn't have the courage or the confidence to be able to say that. You know, it's kind of like they're telling other people, but they're not telling you the truth. They're lying here about the reason for this. You know, if you're with somebody in a long-term relationship or in a marriage, they could have been questioning their feelings. Like, do I even still love you? Am I in love with you anymore? Or have I moved into that space of, like, I love you and I care about you, but I'm not in love with you anymore? You know, because this is more or less a person shifting into an energy of detachment, of being emotionally unavailable for you, closing themselves off to you emotionally. Um, so I mean, it's not good news, right? It's not good news. So I can understand, you know, with discernment here, where they felt like they had to be careful with what they say and how they say it, because again, it could cause chaos here and a great deal of pain, even though their actions of rejecting you or pushing you away are also painful. Some of you could have even had where this person used a third party to tell you instead of them telling you themselves. Um, yeah, Scorpio energy here as well. You know, the Seven of Cups is also about options, fantasy, you know, and the Knight of Wands energy is very passionate. It's excited. It's wanting to go out and explore, and you know, they could have felt bored or loss of interest here and wanting and fantasizing about other opportunities out there, entertaining other opportunities, because the Two of Pentacles can also literally be about juggling two different, for some of you, two different connections. And some of you might know that, like, you know, you might have a feeling like, I know they were dating somebody else, I know that they were lying. You know, some of you could have been dealing with a person who was a player, you know, a person who wasn't interested in really forming a meaningful, deep, and emotional connection with you, and may have, you know, gave you the impression, because the Knight of Wands is like very, it's unstable energy. It's intense, it's passionate, but you cannot depend on it. You know, it could be something that's a fling, something very short-lived and intense, but then you can't depend on it to really provide stability and security here. And this person could have been someone who told you what you wanted to hear. Maybe, you know, telling, for some of you, if you were never in a relationship with this person, were kind of painting the picture that they wanted, like this happiness and this life with you, and just kind of, you know, even talking about it. This person could have been someone who talked about it with you, like the future together, and then all of a sudden they just cut it off, and you're just like, well, what happened? I thought we were gonna be together. I thought we were gonna, you know, for some of you, get married, build a life with each other, and talk about having family together and building a life and all things like that. But there was some type of realization this person had here. Some type of I feel like I want to get one more for this Ace of Swords here. Five of Cups. This is this feeling of, I mean, this person you were dealing with, they could have certainly been feeling guilty, remorseful, but also depressed, you know, especially if you had a really challenging relationship with this person or marriage. They could have been feeling really sad and hopeless. Like if you guys were going through a lot of problems and then going to their coworkers and, you know, saying, what should I do? This is what's happening. This is how I feel. And then the coworkers come in who don't even know you. And of course, they're going to be on your person's side and just, you know, I mean, some, of course, I'm not going to say all people give bad, um, what is it called? Bad advice, but sometimes they can, you know, to kind of influence your person. Some of you, this person could have also, this is very specific, been dealing with an addiction. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm seeing the Knight of Swords here at the bottom. I mean, some of you, this person could have like really just changed on you in terms of how they spoke to you. The Knight of Swords can sometimes be very confrontational, aggressive, defensive. They could have been someone who had some very impulsive behavior, reckless, not thinking about what they were saying or what they were doing, or how their actions could have hurt you. How wrong they treated you, I feel like is another thing. Because I do feel like this person does have remorse here, you know, because the Justice card in reverse is injustice. It's something that's not fair. So this person treated you unfairly. Something that caused upheaval, something that just caused, for some of you, chaos. It caused your connection with this person to kind of flip upside down. Where this person just came in with these, I mean, it kind of feels like this very rebellious energy for some of you. Like a person who just suddenly just is rebelling against your connection, against what you guys had, and acting like they're not interested anymore, and they've lost interest, and they don't want to talk to you, they don't want to open up to you, they don't want to tell you about their feelings, and they're just very much on the defense here. What is the Seven of Cups here? Eight of Wands. So feeling confused about what to say to you, about what their desires really are here. This feels like wanting to explore. It could have been, if you never had a commitment with this person before, then they could have been feeling a little overwhelmed and like questioning whether or not they even wanted to take action towards a commitment. They may have also felt like things between the two of you became very intense, or things moved too quickly. You know, things moved way too quickly for them. You know, it doesn't necessarily need to be that that's true, but they could have felt like, no, we're moving too fast. I don't want to rush into anything. I don't want to, you know, get into a relationship, because this is all in here. That is all in. Boy. Some of you, this could be a distance connection. I'm getting like there's abandonment here. We get the Chariot, the Ten of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Five of Pentacles. Some of you, there's ghosting you, abandoning you, shutting you out, and not telling you why. But it almost kind of feels like this person, for some of you, was like trying to just move on without actually telling you. Or at least giving you the reasons why. Or instead of coming straight out to tell you, you know, I want to break up, or I want a divorce, or I don't want this anymore, or I still want to keep exploring, I don't want to settle down. Like, say the truth, you know? That's kind of what this feels like. A person who's holding back the truth because they don't want to hurt you, but at the same time, their actions are hurting you. you know? It's like it leaves you in this space where you're just like trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together. And I feel for you, group one. I do. Because it's kind of like you feel like you have something with someone and then you get completely blindsided and it's like, what even was this? It's like Spirit's saying here, this person's energy is like so unpredictable. Like they might go through these cycles where they could have been super loving with you one time and like being very hot and cold with you. Like they act like they want it, then they don't want it. They want it, then they don't want it. It kind of feels like a person who doesn't know what they want or didn't know what they wanted. Tell you, move on without even telling you, I'm moving on. This makes me upset. When people treat people like this, just say the truth, you know? We have Cancer energy here as well. I don't like this person for you. Oh, group one. Oh, boy. What did they leave unsaid between the two of you? Oops. Unworthy. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Unworthy. You're a better person than I am. Habits, I don't know if we will ever change. So this could more or less be, habits, patterns between the two of you. Or it might, like I said, for some of you, it could be this person having habits that they're not changing or not knowing if they could change within themselves. Secrets. Look at that. I haven't told you everything. I want to tell you the truth. Escape. I left when things got hard. Broken. I feel shattered about. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it from your person. What is this? I want to tell you the truth. I left when things got hard. I feel shattered. I feel like they left you like this, feeling like this, trying to piece things together by yourself. I want to look at that. I think I need another deck. I don't know if I brought one over here. I want to use another tarot deck to look at what the secret here and the truth. Do I not have one over here? I guess I'll just have to use this one. What is the truth here? What do they want to reveal? Reveal what truth? King of Pentacles. This is about commitment. The Empress. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse. This could be a desire to stay single. This is talking about commitment here. The Nine of Pentacles is about independence. You know, some of you, they could be a person who has fears of losing their independence if they are someone who is single. Okay, if they're single, and they could be afraid of you know, expanding into a deeper level of commitment with you because they don't want to lose their freedom or their independence. For those of you that are married to this person or in a relationship with this person, then that truth is thinking about being single, or the desire to be single, or to have more freedom and independence to be able to do what they want. Okay? What is the secrets here that this person hasn't told you? What is the secret? The Eight of Wands in reverse. The Eight of Wands in reverse is bad news. It could be a bad news. Or even delayed communication. Maybe this is, they're not telling you why they haven't talked to you. Why they've slowed down communication. Why they haven't taken action. The Knight of Wands. Why they stopped pursuing you. Four of Cups, again. Four of Cups is boredom. It's a loss of interest. Why they're pushing away. I'm seeing Seven of Wands at the bottom. This is rejection. Indifference. It kind of feels like this person's focus is elsewhere. The Four of Cups is also about being distracted. Like their focus of their wand is elsewhere. Wow. I want to ask Spirit here what your advice is. What is your advice with this person? Actually, before we do that, I want to clarify this King of Cups over here. Because the King of Cups could also be a person who's really good at not showing you their feelings, their emotions. Meaning that there could be a whole bunch of stuff mentally, emotionally that's going on with them, and they're not going to show you, they're not going to tell you. Everything looks calm and fine on the surface, but inside is where they're feeling all this stuff. What's this King of Cups energy here? Five of Swords. Yeah, there's Five of Swords and the Page of Swords in reverse. Some of you, there's betrayal here. Okay? Betrayal. Now, I know, you know, this is a general reading, so not all of you are going to be in that situation where this is a person who has, you know, been off messing with other people. However, the Five of Swords, we do have a situation here where there could be somebody who wants to explore, who wants to be free, who has lost interest, and who wants to explore what other opportunities and options are out there. The Page of Swords in reverse, this person's not good with communication. They're not good with expressing themselves. They may be a person who self-sabotages. They could be a person who, the Five of Swords can sometimes be a very toxic energy. The Five of Swords is fighting, arguing. It's being confrontational, being aggressive, being defensive. The Page of Swords in reverse is also a person who's immature. Okay? The way that they think, the way they speak, the way they act. It's also a very gossipy energy. So especially if you have a person that you're dealing with and you know that they have like a bad circle of friends or people around them that kind of influence their thoughts or their behavior, you know, it could have started to make this person really kind of feel a little bit of resentment deep inside the Five of Swords, especially if you have more of a history with this person and you knew that things were just kind of going south. The Five of Swords is resentment, you know? So this could be, you know, things that were sad. This person could have said something to you that wasn't very nice, or you said something to them that wasn't very nice, or just kind of like that dynamic with each other. And they could have felt, for some of you, that resentment inside that was just kind of building and building, but then not saying it, you know? And I don't like that, because it's like the person's being dishonest, you know? If you have resentment, and it's kind of like you're concealing it, because it makes you, on the surface, it puts you in a position where you think everything's fine. We were fine. We were good. They never showed any type of something being wrong, you know? So it kind of feels like some of you could be dealing with a person who kind of held that stuff inside instead of coming outright and telling you like, hey, you hurt my feelings when you said this or when you did this. It's kind of like they let it all bottle up inside, and then they kind of just hit you out of left field with, I don't like how things have been, or just kind of, in this case, cutting it off, right? And not, it's kind of like you feel like you have one connection with this person that is maybe stable and balanced and harmonious and committed, and then in their head it's a completely different relationship where they're perceiving it completely different, but they're not telling you, and so you feel on the surface everything's fine. I don't like that. That's shady. That's deceptive. Because the relationship or connection between two people should be one where they both feel comfortable to be able to talk about the difficult things, you know, and perhaps maybe for some of you where things did get difficult, right? Because we have escape here. I left when things got hard. Some of you, this person could have taken some kind of actions that hurt you, and then when you ask them about them, they just kind of run away, and they deflect, they avoid, they gaslight you, and they are defensive, you know, about what they did, or not wanting to talk about it. This doesn't feel good. This doesn't feel like love, like a genuine love of somebody who really cares about your heart and honesty, you know? I mean, I get it. Sometimes some of these things are not easy to say, and especially if a person is, you know, doesn't know how to find the right words and not knowing how you're going to respond, it can be scary. But at the same time, it's a need to be honest. It's a need to be honest here. So, what is your advice here with this connection, group one? And I am so sorry if you are going through this with this person. This is awful. Six of Wands. I almost kind of feel like Spirit's saying this person has a lot of ego in the way. This connection is not in alignment. This connection, there's a lack of harmony here, a lack of balance. Some of you may be putting this person on a pedestal, and you need not do that, okay? Some of you may have kind of made like this person like the center of your world, you know, and really like you might really put the connection with this person on a pedestal. And I feel like Spirit's saying this person may not necessarily value you and appreciate you. you're coming in as the Empress here. This person may not necessarily value you in the way that you need to be valued and appreciated. And I feel like to some degree, for some of you, this person might not be capable of that. They might not be capable of really loving you the way that you deserve to be loved, you know? And I feel like it's because this person has a lot of growing to do, a lot of maturing emotionally and mentally. They could be stuck in a very toxic way of doing and repeating a certain pattern here. And so I feel like if this has been something that has ended and you are in the process of really healing and letting go of that, this is where Spirit is saying continue to stand your ground with your boundaries of what you are and are not willing to put up with with this person. I honestly feel for those of you that have gotten out of it or are feeling conflicted about getting out of it. I genuinely feel that if you're kind of in a place where you're in the middle and you're like, I don't know, should I let go? Should I let go? You have to make, of course, your own decision here. The Seven of Pentacles is about taking time to really reevaluate. I definitely feel like that's what Spirit's saying. Reevaluate whether or not it's worth it for you to continue to invest your time and energy into this person, this situation. I do feel like Spirit's saying there's a lot of conflict here, for some of you, a lot of petty fights, arguments, disagreements. The Five of Wands can also talk about jealousy, envy, differences, incompatibility. If you're still, holding on to this person, take some time, reassess, reevaluate, stand your ground, don't back down, keep boundaries in place, defend yourself, protect yourself from this person. For those of you that have already gotten out of it, I do feel like Spirit is very proud of you. Okay? Spirit is very proud of you because overcoming this kind of thing and going through that whole process of letting go, it's not easy to get there. It's not easy. And of course, people can point fingers and tell you, just leave, just get out. It's so much more than that because it's something that's affecting you mentally, emotionally, right? There's a lot of psychological things that you experience with grief and with confusion and just trying to make sense of it all. Where you end and they begin. And some of you, if you've already kind of like built a life with this person and you are married to them or you've had a long-term relationship, starting over is scary, because there's a part of you that really wants to hold on to that person because you might love them and you might care about them. But I feel like you also have to recognize that this is not healthy. This is like you might be showing up and really putting your heart out there and your feelings and being vulnerable with this person. But I feel like this person doesn't know how to take care of your heart. They don't know how to protect your heart and take care of it. And I feel like they need to first and foremost start within themselves. They need to learn how to heal themselves, so that they can show up for someone in the way that they need to. But that doesn't have to be you. It doesn't have to be what you accept here. Okay? All right. So that is all that I have for you, Group 1. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, Group 2. So those of you that resonated with the Wanting card and the Opalite, this is going to be a reading today. So we're looking today at what did your person leave unsaid between the two of you? Okay, so we have Wanting here. It also looks like there's a little twinkle, like a little twinkle in his eye. So let's see where this is going. And, do keep in mind this is a general reading, okay? General collective energy reading. So if the messages that are coming through, the energy, the storyline that's coming through does not resonate, don't force it to, okay? Group 1's reading was very challenging. It totally went left field, and I was just like, wow. Some challenging relationship situation in that pile. So this one already feels different. Group ones was very heavy, very dense, and just, this one doesn't feel like that. So let's see. You also might notice that if you do kind of hop around between the piles to find what fits, I might use different decks, okay? Because certainly that energy in group one was very intense. And so if you do go over there just to look, you know, or listen, that there was a deck that I wanted to use for the reading today, and I could not use it for that group, okay? So you might notice I use different decks depending on what the energy is. Okay, so what did your person leave unsaid between the two of you, group two? Page of Wands, Five of Wands, the High Priest. Ooh, yeah, this is already different. Different in a good way. Okay, so High Priestess, Ten of Pentacles. What did they leave unsaid? Ten of Swords. What did they leave unsaid between the two of you? You also might notice that your reading, because the energy is so different, your reading might be a lot shorter, actually. Okay, there was a lot of stuff that was just very challenging in that pile. So yours looks a little more like straightforward and not as complicated. So don't think that I love you any less. It's just, you know, just a different energy, different situation. What did they leave unsaid between the two of you, group two? Three of Swords, Six of Wands in reverse, Ten of Cups, Eight of Cups, Seven of Wands, Ten of Wands and the Knight of Wands and the Three of Cups and the Sun, Eight of Swords and the Eight of Wands and the Ace of Cups. This person has feelings towards you. Group two. What kind of looks like what's happened here is there's been some kind of ending. Somebody's walked away. There could have been a lot of talk about future between you and this person, or if you didn't talk about it with them, it looks like that is where their head was at, that they were thinking about it, you know, about you and them being together for the long term. Some of you may have actually had a relationship with this person where this is your ex-partner. This person feels like I feel like this person does still love you, okay? For those of you where you've already had a connection with this person. Some of you, what they may have left unsaid was actually telling you what their feelings were, okay? Telling you, I love you, or I'm falling in love with you, or I have romantic feelings towards you. Could have been something that they left unsaid. They could have been afraid of bringing it forward and telling you. I feel like this person kind of was at war within themselves, feeling conflicted, you know, especially if you did not have a committed partnership with this person, where they felt conflicted about moving things forward, you know, moving things forward towards something deeper. And some of you, it kind of looks like this person may have been there may have been some resistance here with things progressing forward, and they could have even been something that just kind of where they ended it, but now it's kind of like it feels like after the fact that they're wanting to pursue you now. And perhaps that time in that space and time for reflection showed them that maybe at the time that you guys were involved with each other, that they didn't value you, they underappreciated you, well, maybe while they had you. The Six of Wands is here in reverse, which is when we feel under recognized, underappreciated, undervalued. So I feel like they feel that they didn't give your connection justice, or they didn't appreciate you while you were there. And it really feels like this person is acknowledging how much joy you brought into their life, how much light you brought in, how passionate it was between the two of you, how much mutual connection there was. And this could have been something that they kind of turned away from because they were afraid. But now it kind of feels like this person has this intense feeling of desire, of wanting to reach out, talk to you, second chance, okay, starting over again, meeting up with you, going out with you, and really kind of pushing past any kind of blockages that they may have had before, okay? So there is this very intense desire that this person now has about wanting to talk to you, wanting to see you, wanting to ask you out, wanting to have a second chance for some of you. They might feel, if some of you that are in no contact right now, they might feel very hurt, you know, in a way that they're through this separation. You know, some of you could have set a boundary with this person and told them like, hey, you know, if we're not moving this forward, then you know, you need to go. And it kind of feels like now this person is having this realization of what they lost and how much now they want it. And I feel like that happens, you know, sometimes where you don't realize what you have until it's not there anymore. It reminds me of that, what is that song? I forgot who sings it. But it's that song. Let me look it up real quick. I think it's called Let Her Go. Is that it? Yeah, it's by Passenger. The song by Passenger, Let Her Go. Let Her Go. And the lyrics say, well, you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. That's what this reminds me of. Now they want you. Now they want you. I feel like this person can't stop thinking about you. Actually. Like it kind of pains them to not be talking to you. Some of you, yeah, I'm feeling for some of you, what was left unsaid is them telling you how they feel, you know, their feelings, their emotions, love, falling in love, being in love, feelings more than they were actually letting on. Okay, let's see what's in this High Priestess energy. We've got Pisces here, Gemini, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Cancer, and Scorpio. Let's see, what is this High Priestess here? The Moon. Virgo. This person has a desire for reunion here or commitment. I feel like Spirit's saying this person's energy is deceptive because it appears maybe that this person doesn't care, or that they don't like you, or that they don't have feelings for you, or that they don't want you, and they do. They do. Yeah, we've got Judgment, Justice, Knight of Wands, and the Three of Pentacles, and the Sun again. I feel like this person's intuition is guiding them back to you. They've had a change of perspective here, and they're missing you. Okay, that is the truth. That is the reality of this situation. So it's like this person feels like they want to come back in because they're still interested, they're still attracted, they still love you, they still have feelings, they still think about you guys being together. They want to do things right. They want to tell you the truth. They've had time to think about things and wanting to, it kind of feels like a starting over here. You know, I feel like they didn't really realize how much, again, how much light, how much joy, how much happiness you actually brought into their life or even mean to them. Yeah. Okay. So like I said, your energy here is a lot different than what we had in group 1. So don't feel like I love you any less. It's just the energy over there was just a lot going on, and you don't want none of that. You don't want to have to be in that situation. Okay, let's see what else. What did they leave unsaid between the two of you? Irreplaceable. The way you love can never be matched. We also have self-love. I am still trying to heal. The shadow side. You made me realize my flaws. Unappreciated. I felt like you didn't care. Now that could be a vice versa. Okay, so take it how it resonates, because we do have that here with the Six of Wands in reverse. Okay. It could even be something that happened mutually, where they felt like that you didn't appreciate even their efforts, no matter how small. Or it could be literally that they didn't, appreciate you while they had you. We've got confusion here. I feel unclear about where we stand. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to use a message deck here. Now, this is the whole point I did this reading today, is because I wanted to use this deck. But I could not use it for group 1. It was just not going to work with these messages that are in this deck. Okay, so what did they leave unsaid between the two of you? Group 2, what did they leave unsaid between the two of you? I wasn't ready then, but I'm doing the work so I can be ready now, if you still feel me. I used to fear the connection between us. Now I see it as sacred. Sometimes I wonder if you miss me at the exact same moment I'm missing you. Oh, so romantic. Let's see. I want to build something real with you, something lasting, something whole. I've changed, I've grown, and if the universe brings you back, I'll be ready to love you the way you always deserved. Your soul speaks a language my heart has never forgotten. Wow. The love I have for you has only deepened with time. It's become quieter, wiser, stronger. If our souls cross paths again, I'll recognize you instantly, and this time I won't let go. There's a version of our story that ends in reunion. I still believe in it. And we have, I want to be someone you can trust, someone who shows up and stays. And the last one we have here is I'm healing, but it's your voice that guides me back to myself. Now, what I do want to do is ask Spirit here for your advice with this person. What is your advice with this connection with this person? What is your advice? High Priestess. Okay. High Priestess is about stillness, quiet. It's about connecting with the intuition. Two of Wands in reverse and the Empress here. Okay, so I kind of feel like Spirit is wanting you not to take any action here. There's a need for you to be in a state of receptivity, openness and receptivity, receiving the Empress. The Two of Wands energy in reverse is about instability surrounding planning or making the choice here. So this could be Spirit's way of telling you that this person, right, they could very well, right, be in that place of wanting, having an intention, but they need to come to you. Okay, I'm seeing the Queen of Swords as I say that at the bottom. The Queen of Swords is about discernment, you know, being discerning with maybe letting this person back in. Let them come to you to speak their truth. And this is more or less about you being in a place of observing their words and their actions. So this is a time for you to kind of be in that open and receptive state, but also listening also to what your own intuition is telling you. Because some of you might be like, no, this person already had their chance and that's it. So 9 of Swords. Yeah, 7 of Wands. You know, because even if this person, like just the thought of this whole situation is something that brings you way too much anxiety, mental anguish, sleepless nights, dealing with it. 7 of Wands is here, which is about boundaries. It's also about standing your ground, protecting yourself, defending yourself, maintain your boundaries, maintain your stance in what kind of energy you allow to come towards you. Refrain from messaging this person, okay, is what Spirit's saying here. Hold back. I know that there might be a desire where you're just like, I just want to reach out to them. I want to message them. I want to text them, call them. Hold back, okay? Let them come to you. Because this person should be the one that's taking the initiative here to take action towards making something happen. Let them come to you. Okay. I feel for some of you, this could be something that does happen during Taurus season or Pisces season, depending on when you're coming and watching this video. Okay, it's going to be different for all of you, but I am seeing High Priestess, Pisces. It may even be Cancer season for some of you, or Taurus season. Okay, all right, so I'm going to leave this here for you, group 2. I do hope this reading was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Hi, group 3. So those of you that resonate with this little autumn obsidian crystal and the confusion card, this is going to be your reading today. So we're finding out what was left unsaid between the two of you. Okay, so do keep in mind that this is a general reading. Not all the messages that come through might be for you. You want to make sure that, you know, for the most part, the energy kind of matches what your situation is, but don't force anything to fit. If it doesn't make sense, it's not your message. Also, keep in mind that the energy so far, I've done group 1 and group 2, they are completely different, okay? So you might notice that if you could do kind of hop around, you might notice that I'm using very different decks depending on what the energy is that actually came through. Group 1 had a very, very challenging reading. And so you might also notice that their group is longer. Their message is longer because there was so much stuff going on that, you know, so don't think that I love you any less, okay? It's just that your situation could be completely different energy-wise and how Spirit chooses to show that coming through. And so just kind of respect that group 1, whoever that belongs to, that energy, that reading, they needed it, okay? They needed that clarity there. Okay, group 3, let's see what's going on. What did they leave unsaid between the two of you? What did they leave unsaid between the two of you? The Moon, the Hermit, we got Pisces and Virgo. 4 of Pentacles. Knight of Swords. We got Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We do have the Ace of Cups. Six of Cups. What did they leave unsaid? 7 of Pentacles. The Emperor in reverse. Queen of Pentacles, what is this? The Hangman. Ace of Pentacles. Okay. I feel like this person thinks about you a lot more than they probably let on. This person is very attached to you. They dream about you. They think about you a lot. They feel with the Six of Cups energy here. The Six of Cups is a card of a mutual bond between two souls. Soulmate, soul bond connection, or even that feeling of kindred spirits. It's something that makes us feel very nostalgic, very comfortable, very like a sense of familiarity. And so this is an openness and connection between two people that are connected, you know, emotionally. If this person is someone from your past, they do have, this is about memories, the nostalgia part of it, thinking about you. And, you know, if you haven't talked to this person in a while, they could be having dreams about you and like, why am I dreaming about group 3? And that can even be a cause for confusion here. We'll look at that a little bit more, but it kind of feels like this person has been doing a lot of very deep reflection. There's still an attachment that this person has to you. This person may have also had some fears of losing you, or does genuinely have fears of losing you. This person could have also been someone who was really afraid of really opening up and letting you in closer, letting you in deeper. But I also feel like this person still holds on to the idea of actually nurturing your connection more, or even taking action towards building a relationship with you. Now, it kind of feels like there still are some fears here and some self-doubt that this person has, because I am seeing the Emperor in reverse. Now, that could very well be that a person is kind of stuck in old belief systems, and there's could be a little bit of some instability that this person is dealing with within their own energy, and perhaps not having the confidence to be able to come forward here. And it kind of looks like this over here, the aces, the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups, almost like a second chance here, or a new beginning for you and this person. It kind of feels like this person is confused about whether or not I feel like there's a desire here to communicate with you. The Knight of Swords is wanting to bring forth some type of communication, something that they want to say. This could even be surrounding this person's feelings. We do have the Ace of Cups, which can talk about very deep feelings of love, an opportunity for love. But with the Hangman here, the Hangman is a change of perspective, which I definitely feel like this person has had that change of perspective through the reflection. But I also feel like this person is undecided about coming forward with this news or with this communication. They're kind of in a place of taking some time to pause, reflect, reevaluate. I feel like this person may not have been happy with the way, for some reason, there could have been some delays or setbacks here, or even, putting effort into the connection, but then also not being happy with the way that things turned out or the way that they were going. Now, you could have even been connecting with a person who wasn't sure about taking your connection from what it was into something more, such as a serious relationship. So I want to kind of dig in here a little bit. I am seeing the Devil here at the bottom with the Two of Wands and the Ten of Cups and the Two of Swords. So Ace of Swords, Five of Pentacles. It kind of feels like there's some insecurities here that this person has. Perhaps even fear that is holding them back from either coming forward, telling you how they feel, or even transitioning from what you guys had into something deeper here. We have the Two of Wands here, which is about making choices. Is also about plans. The Ten of Cups is here, which is about complete emotional contentment and fulfillment. So this person could be, I had to clear my throat, but it kind of feels like this person might have a lot of fears here with this Devil energy. And I do notice that in this confusion card here, this person looks like they're holding their head. Like there's maybe a lot of like mental stuff going on. And the Devil can sometimes talk about emotional manipulation, control. It does have to do with the shadow, the ego self. It can even talk about unhealthy patterns of behavior that we can have in relationships, connections. But it does kind of look like there is some insecurities that this person has. If you're no longer talking to this person or not talking to this person right now, they could certainly be feeling that void, that emptiness of you not being there and wanting to come forward to tell you some kind of truth here. And I feel like it's more or less about the truth that's in this person's heart, is that they do see that there is this bond with you. It is something that they think about. I want to look at what the confusion is here. For some of you, this person might feel like they're not good enough for you. Okay. You could even be dealing with a person who might be going through some financial difficulties or job loss. What is the confusion here? Their feelings, emotions. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Seven of Cups. So the confusion is the feelings, the emotions. Let's have Capricorn energy here. Ace of Pentacles again at the bottom with the Six of Pentacles. This would be reciprocating your energy. They could... It almost kind of makes me feel like a person who's... I mean, they could be literally afraid of love, afraid of falling in love. Let's get a little more here. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Again, the Seven of Pentacles. I kind of feel like this person is having a hard time. Like, there's confusion here, but I feel with this King of Cups, though, like they're aware that their feelings are deep for you and that they care about you. But it almost kind of feels like there's some resistance here surrounding committing. Like they might be second guessing their feelings. You know, like second guessing their feelings in that, like, do I love and care about group 3 enough? Like, is this really loved? And does this mean that if I do, and I'm admitting this to myself, that it's... Because what this feels like is there's a fear potentially of relationship, commitment. If you are dealing with a person who is having some financial struggles right now, they might feel like they cannot provide the security that you need. At least the support financially, right? To build a life with you or to build a relationship with you. But I'm also getting like a person here who has feelings for you, but also telling you that. Because of course, if somebody comes up to you and tells you, this is how I feel, I love you, right? I love you and I care about you. You're going to expect that that person's going to be like, okay, well then let's be in a relationship. Let's get together, right? So it kind of feels like this person is confused about what they really want. Because yes, there's feelings here, but it's also, are they ready to take on a relationship? Is it their 10 of Cups? The 10 of Cups is complete emotional fulfillment, happiness. It's like you're happily ever after, whatever you envision it. So it's like this person is trying to see, like, okay, is this it? Is this it? Is this it with group number 3? So that Hermit is about being withdrawn and doing a lot of soul searching, because the Hermit can sometimes put us in a space when we feel lost. And we're trying to figure out what we want and what do we want out of life, what we want out of love. Like, are we on the right path? Like, can I see myself being with you for the long-term haul? It's kind of like this person feels like they want to be like really sure, really, really sure. What is this Ace of Swords here? The Lovers and the Three of Swords. Some of you may have had a breakup with this person. Maybe in the past, because we do have the Six of Cups. This Six of Cups energy can even be your first love, or somebody that you had a relationship with a long time ago, maybe when you were younger. But I feel like this person is, you know, I will say this, for those of you where this is a person from a while ago and you guys reconnected with each other, there's still feelings here. But I feel like this person is also questioning, should you guys actually get back together? Is it enough? Are the feelings the same? You know, because certainly if you see, sometimes some people, when you see them from your past, sometimes all those feelings come rushing back in. You know, and you're like, okay, well, what do I do this? What does this mean? Does this mean that we're doing this again? We're gonna try again with our connection? We're gonna really get back together here? Or do I let this go? Do I move on from it? Am I prepared to move this forward? How do I feel? Have feelings changed? Is it going to be the same between the two of us? Are we going to pick up where we left off? Do I still love you as deeply as I used to? Do we still connect with each other? It's like all these things kind of going through this person's mind that are just, is it the right time? You know, are there other things that are happening in life that are making it difficult for you and this person to really kind of bring it together here? If you had issues with your relationship with this person in the past, can you put that behind you and start fresh? So it kind of feels like there's a lot going on here, but I feel like the one truth here of what's left unsaid is this person still thinks about you. They still reminisce about the times that you've spent with each other, the bond that you guys had, the feelings and the emotions that are still there, but also feeling confused about what is the vision now? What's the dream? What options are there here in this situation? Get back together, give it a second chance, move this relationship forward into commitment. What is this Two of Wands here? Page of Wands. The Fool. There's the Devil again. You know, part of this person wants to, I feel like, message you, contact you. There's a feeling of excitement there to just kind of jump right back to it. But there's also this fear here. It's kind of holding them back. Yeah, look at that. We got the Ten of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords at the bottom. This is long-term relationship commitment. The Eight of Swords is the negative thinking about it. This is self-imposed negative thoughts. This is where we keep ourselves stuck in that. It keeps us held back. So this can certainly be around getting back together. And this person they do think about it, right? Ten of Pentacles is there. Six of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. The Sun, the Empress, the Ace of Swords, the Queen of Cups. There's still feelings here. They still think about you. They still desire you. They're still attracted. There's still an attachment here. This would be reciprocating your energy, giving this a second chance, expansion, growth. The truth is they still care. They still love you. They still have feelings. You still bring a smile to their face when they think about your connection, but there's also fear here, you know? Now that, you know, doesn't necessarily have to be because of you or because of, you know, the past that you've had. However, I will say that if this is like a past connection for you when you were younger, and your paths have taken you in two different directions, right? Your life going one way, they're going another, and then you reconnect with each other again. They could be someone who has had some not so great luck in love. And so there could be reasons that they have for not trusting love, not trusting connection, because they have a toxic relationship from their past that they have in their mind, even though your connection with them could have been beautiful. You know, if their life's journey took them, their journey with love could have taken them through the ringer. And it's like now when you reconnect with them, they've got all that stuff in the background of their mind that's telling them all the reasons why they shouldn't get, you know, be in a relationship, and they should just be single and stay alone. And even though the desire here to give this a chance again, but in a better way, because we have such beautiful energy here. The Empress, the Queen of Cups, the Sun, the Queen of Wands. The Three of Wands here is also about distance. It's about longing and anticipation, expectation. I mean, they could even be like, are you going to reach out to them? Or waiting for the right time when they should reach out to you. But there's certainly that desire there. So I do feel like this person is trying to figure it out. But I will say they do think about you an awful lot in terms of, being together. Some of you, if you are, again, dealing with the person who's got some financial stuff going on, their mind and focus could be on their finances right now, where they're trying to get either another job or create more wealth and more income so that they're able to be in a better position to, again, provide the stability, the security, to build a life, right, with someone. That can also be a concern here as well. If they're not doing well financially, or if they don't have a job, or they don't have enough money, they might even feel like, can I even afford to do this? So just kind of holding on and wanting to get that in a better place as well. They could also be someone who has family stuff going on right now. Okay. All right, let's see. What did they leave unsaid between the two of you? Neglected. I failed to give you what you need. Unappreciated. I felt like you didn't care. And of course, take it how it resonates, because it could be that they unappreciated and neglected you and your connection. We have third party here. There were other things that got in the way of us being together. Now, third party doesn't necessarily have to be another person romantically. It could be family. It could be distance. It could be a job. It could be anything that's kind of driving a wedge between you and this other person. We have sabotage here. I mess up the good things in my life sometimes. And then we have disagreements. I wish you understood how I feel. Okay. All right, let's do some message cards here. And the whole purpose of me doing this reading today, I wanted to use this deck. So again, if you're kind of going between the piles, you might notice that I did not use this deck for group 1 because of the energy that came through, okay? What did they leave unsaid between you, group 3? Our love was never ordinary. That's why I still believe it has a divine purpose. I wish I had known then what I know now. I would have chosen you every time. What did they leave unsaid between you? No one knows me the way you do, and that's why no one compares. You feel like home, and I've been searching for that feeling everywhere. That definitely goes with our Six of Cups here. I didn't expect you to mean so much, but you changed the way I feel about everything. There's still so much I wanted to show you, so much love I held back. You crack me open in ways no one ever has. That's why I can't forget you. In another life, I would have chosen you sooner. In this one, I still hope I get to. I want to show you how much I've changed, not to prove anything, but because you inspired it. I carry your love like a soft echo in my chest. It's part of me now. If you still feel the pull between us, follow it. Wow. It's not pulling you back, it's pulling you home. Wow. Wow. I never stopped loving you. I just got better at hiding it. Wow. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to ask Spirit what your advice is. Okay. What is your advice for this connection? What is your advice for this connection? Knight of Cups. Wow. Page of Cups. Ace of Wands. Okay. So this kind of looks, I do feel like Spirit is wanting you to talk to this person. Okay. I feel like Spirit's saying there's potential here for reigniting things between the two of you. And whether that is you messaging this person here, or if there's any type of apology that needs to happen, okay? If you're kind of apologizing to them, if it's appropriate, okay? Don't do it if you don't need to. But this is, the Page of Cups is a very friendly energy. It's also very sweet and very innocent. So it could be just sending a sweet little message or something that's coming from a place of playful energy. Page of Cups is very playful. It's very childlike. So that's a little flirty. It's a very sweet energy. And then we have the Knight of Cups energy here, which is more forward with announcing feelings, emotions. So this could even be you messaging this person, just starting off little, right? Small, just kind of putting it out there. And then also maybe following it up with telling this person really how you feel, if you still are interested, you know, in this person. Really being very open, very vulnerable, kind of inviting them to kind of also share what's in their heart as well. I would say try to minimize any fighty behavior, okay? We'll just say fighting behavior with the Five of Wands, because that can sometimes talk about, you know, fighting, arguing, disagreements. So it's kind of like you're coming in with this energy that's just very more neutral and, you know, maybe not necessarily addressing all the problems right now or everything that's wrong. Not to say that you're just kind of like, that it doesn't need to be addressed, but it's kind of like inviting in this very sweet, loving, nurturing energy here. Let's see what else. Chariot. Okay. I want to see what this Five of Wands is here. Three of Swords, Eight of Swords, Five of Swords. Okay. So this kind of feels like a lot of anger, resentment, self-sabotaging thoughts, pain, suffering. You know, that of course you could feel right now because of maybe something for some of you that this person said or done to you. And again, not to say that it's shouldn't be addressed, because it should, if there's things to talk about here, but we kind of want to invite in a very gentle energy to kind of help this person to not feel, I want to say, defensive, you know. We want to kind of soften the energy to where a person feels like, okay, it's safe for me to come forward. It's safe for me to vulnerable. I don't need to have to feel like I'm on the defense here when you come in to talk to me. It's just a softer energy. And if that means, hey, I said something to you, I'm sorry, I apologize. You know, you hurt me when you said this, so I said this to you, or I did this to you. It's, you know, apologies where it's due. Forgiveness, if that's something that you're prepared and ready to do, so that you guys are able to kind of move forward beyond this and overcome it and heal. Could be something that works here. Okay, but certainly telling them how you feel. You know, if you say it too, like, I still love you, I still care about you, and, you know, I'd really like to talk to you and put this behind us and see if we can work things out. Sometimes it's just that whole being honest, you know, with it to help to overcome it. Okay? All right, so I'm going to leave this here for you. Group number 3, I hope that this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading.